the thing that I'm mainly up to right now is the Socap conference, and I'm looking at how to bring environmental issues more fully into the social enterprise space. When I was at Socap last year, I really noticed that wasn't a discussion that people were having, that they were, it was very much about how to make the lives of people around the world better, but without a sense of how environmental issues would really affect that. And the Idea Hive, we are a kind of a collective of 10 people who came together whilst doing an MBA in sustainable business up at Dominican University. And so I was really coming at this from a very strongly environmental perspective and really wanting to bring that into the discussion. International Futures Forum is a network of 40 or so futurists, but they cover a gamut from people. One of the fellows was a diplomat in the British civil service for many years, involved in handing Hong Kong back to the Chinese. There's another fellow called Napier Collins who founded the Global Business Network. And so they're kind of high-level strategy consultants, give or take, who have formed, it's basically a think tank looking at issues of sustainability, governance, consciousness, and economics, and what the overlap of those four areas, how that can feed into the debate about discussion around creating a better future. Mm-hmm. Just last week I was on a conference call with a fellow in Portugal who was part of a think tank out there, and he's looking at how to promote. So one of the goals of this think tank is how to promote social enterprise in Portugal, which was really heartening to hear. And then I've got another call scheduled with somebody from Turkey, kind of along the same lines. So, and within London itself, many of kind of my community of friends in London are all very heavily involved in the area, and it feels to me, my sense of it is that it's growing. And then especially with again, coming from the environmental background, the environmental kind of disasters we've seen this year, between flooding in Pakistan, the heat wave, the fires in Russia. I think Guatemala, is it right now, is having terrible flooding. They've had a huge number of landslides. And this year seems to have been this year from that perspective feels like a tipping point in some way. And there's a lot more of that occurring, which is really causing people to think about things differently. And not to mention the BP, issue down in the Gulf, which is just crazy, and which is going to disrupt a huge number of people's lives in the South for quite a while. So, and seeing that, and I think there's a sense that thinking about things socially, from the social enterprise perspective, is a real way to address a lot of these issues and to interact with them in a really productive way. So I'm definitely getting a sense that that's coming to the forefront in a way that it hasn't been. Mm-hmm. But then I've also been sitting here in the hub now for the last 5 months, I guess this place has been open. And so being surrounded by social entrepreneurs every day has been a very different experience for me than for the last 2 years, where I've been kind of working more or less out of my home. So the biosphere economy, which is an idea that came out of a British organisation called Volans, founded by John Elkington. We've got a couple of their folks who actually work out of the hub here, Jennifer Beringer being one who's helping me with the Socap conference, running a track around this idea. And it's really kind of the extension of the idea of the triple bottom line. It's kind of the next generation of the triple bottom line thinking, but really looking at how to transform the economy at some level to ensure that the actions that we take are kind of in alignment with the ecosystem. So that'll be the next big thing, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, David.
Thank you.